Howdy there, boys and girls. It's Will here with Just in Time Prepping. I'm going to do another video today because I was doing some research and watching some videos of other preppers. And it comes to my attention that some people think that when you get to be in your 60s, like I am, that instead of being preppers, you should be looking at the end of life. You know, I totally disagree with that, and I'm going to make this video in rebuttal of that because I just don't believe that's the case. Everybody's different. Everybody has a different level of where they want to be in their life. For me, it's because just because I'm old doesn't mean that I am looking at the other end of life. Sure, I am, but at the same time, I want to leave something for the younger generation. And the reason for this is probably selfish of me, but it's because I got a late start in my family life. I have a son that's 17 years old. He hasn't even graduated from high school yet. So I suppose on my end, it is a selfish thing, and I apologize for that, but you know what? He gives me insight into what's going on in the world and how I should probably look at it, you know. I always tell you guys to watch out for what's going on in the world because people in their 30s, 20s, 30s, even in their teens, they kind of are out there just learning their place in life. So I kind of look at that as that's what I did also, you know. But as you get older, you start slowing down. You start looking into what really is going to be important to you when you get to be in your 60s. People nowadays, they live far past 60, 70, 80 years old. The medical field has really come a long ways, and we're able to live a lot longer these days. So I really disagree with one of the gentlemen I was watching on a video this morning of him saying that when you get to be in your early 60s, instead of prepping, you should be looking at the other end of life. That is bullshit. I'm sorry I feel that way, but I just find things to keep myself going forward. I don't look at the other end of life because I don't really think that I'm there yet. I still have a lot to teach my son. I have a lot to teach the young people through my videos, and I just don't look towards the other end of life yet. I'm not there. So, you know, as we get older, we kind of gain in knowledge. And the guy that was doing the video this morning, he was reading directly off of a research report from a psychologist saying that there are people out there that should be looking at the other end of life as they get older. I mean, if you are to start looking, excuse me, let me get a drink here. So he's reading off of this report from a psychologist, and he was saying that people, when they turn the age of 60 and get past the age of 60, like 64, 65, they should start relaxing more and caring about just themselves and read books and look at sunsets, these sort of things. Well, you know, I still do things like that, but at the same time, I want to use my wisdom to teach the younger generation. I know that a lot of them won't listen right now, but you know what? I believe that knowledge will be put into their brain. And as they get older, they're going to say, hey, I heard on this video, or I remember something that was said, and then they'll use it then. And I am a total believer that even though the young people of today think they have the world by the tail, and they probably do in their minds, but they will look back and they'll say, "Hey, that Will Russell guy, he really did teach me something. Even though I was laughing at him and telling him bullshit when I was watching his videos, he actually knew what he was talking about." So that's where I'm at, you know. And you know what? I prep because if I prep, then that means my son sees what I'm doing, and as he gets older, he will start doing the same thing. He and I were in Boy Scouts for several years. He kind of let the hormones get a hold of him, so he had to get out of Boy Scouting because girls became more important. But you know what? That's okay because he was there long enough to learn some valuable lessons. He earned his merit badges as he was supposed to, and he got up to the rank of first the first class, which is pretty far into it. He was only a couple of badges away from the Eagle Scout, but you know what? He learned a lot. He went camping, and they did hikes, and they learned how to survive out in the woods, you know, and that's something that he'll never forget. He'll take that with him. And I was right there with him to do it, you know. I became a leader of the troop that he was in, and I went out and I was doing the same things he was. And even before I was out there doing it, I was doing it on my own before he was even conceived. I would spend all my time out on the rivers or out in the woods, and I did a lot of hiking and survival type things. I would go out and spend weeks at a time in the woods, and there'd be just me in the woods, and maybe a couple of my buddies were with me, you know. But these are all things that we pick up along our way of life, you know. And not everybody can do that. Not everybody even has that as an interest, you know. So I feel that my lifestyle could possibly help someone down the road, and that's important to me, you know. And I try to stay busy, even though I'm past 60. I still try to stay busy because of my son. My son keeps me going. He's 17 going on 52, but guess what? He's learning along the way, and as he learns, so do I. And that's real important to me, and it should be important to you guys too. It all comes down to the prepping thing, is starting to put food back, you know. I mean, not just because you have it in your cupboard, eat it, but put it back somewhere. You know, start a pantry and collect the water and collect the food and all these things that you could use for bartering. You may not want them in your life, but hey, you could take it and put it back in your pantry and say, hey, I can use that for bartering in case something goes wrong in our world. So these are things that I'm out here trying to do for you guys, is I'm trying to use my wisdom and my knowledge to teach you guys what you can do with your life. All you have to do is put your mind to it. So that video really got me thinking, and I thought that, well, he probably thinks that as you get older, you should probably slow down on your prepping and just consider the end of your life. But actually, you shouldn't. Because when you start slowing down and you start caring about nothing but what's going to happen at the end of your life, guess what's going to happen? Your life's going to end. Because you have nothing to live for then. And to me, I have a lot to live for. I'm far from ready to check out of this world, and I'm far from slowing down enough to want to think in that direction. So I'm making this video so that you guys understand that, yeah, I'm an old guy, and yeah, I have already lived a lot of my life, but guess what? I've lived enough of my life to be able to sit here and tell you guys what you should be doing, even though you have a fast life outside of prepping. And I'm not saying to dwell on prepping. I'm saying go ahead and go about your life and enjoy it because life is short. But I am telling you to, at the same time, in the back of your head, think about it and possibly just collect things along your journey. And if you do all that, if you enjoy your life and collect things along your journey, and you go out and you have some fun and you go fishing and you spend some time in the woods and you go camping and you find friends that like the same things that you like, and you keep doing all these things, guess what? You're going to end up with a group of people that have the same belief system that you do. And guess what? You've done something without even thinking about it. You created your prepping group. So that's something I really wanted to put out there for you guys because that video kind of pissed me off. The guy said, I'm supposed to be looking at the other end of my life. And I'm not even close to looking at the other end of my life yet. So to him, hey, I've got something for you. Read between the lines. And for you guys that really care about what you're doing, hey, go ahead and prep. Prep. But what? I don't want you to think about it constantly. Go out there and enjoy your life. I mean, life is short. You're going to find out life is real short. And go out there and start your family and teach them the same things that you've been learning through the videos. Go out, go camping. Go out and spend some time on the lake with your boat. Go water skiing. Do something outside instead of being cooped up in a house, worrying about the end of the world, and trying to figure out what the hell you're going to do. So for now, that's what I have. I really wanted to say something because this guy kind of torqued my balls. But I didn't want to come out here and rant and rave. I wanted to come out here and tell you, hey, I'm having fun doing this. This is something that I should have been doing a long time ago. I should have been doing these videos a long time ago because it's my lifestyle. My lifestyle is to go out and enjoy life, and my life that I enjoy happens to be out on a lake, along a river, up in the woods, out on the ocean doing some fishing or something like that, you know, and those all play into prepping. It's a no-brainer. You can still enjoy your life and still prepare at the same time. And so with that, I'm just going to let you go because I could sit here and rant and rave and tell you some experiences I've had and everything else. But, you know, I want you to live your own story. So for now, I want to thank you guys for coming and letting me talk to you. And I want to thank you guys for coming back to my channel over and over again. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. That's important. If you have friends, share my videos with your friends. I have some other places that I visit online, and I do all this because I care about you guys. So for now, enjoy your Tuesday. Go out and do something enjoyable after you get off of your daily job thing, and prep on. So for now, tally ho. Catch you next time, boys and girls.